What's happening, guys? I am back in the house with another Division 2 video, and on this video I'm going to show you builds that are going to be useful for dark hours. So let's get into the builds and let's go. So I've got you three builds to show you guys. These are going to be builds what are going to be very useful for dark hours, and if you are a newer established team as well to do raids, I do recommend using these builds to start off with, and if you want to start experimenting with other builds, you can do in the future. But I do recommend using these builds. So first build is just a normal standard DPS build. This is a three pieces of Providence defense with the Contractor's gloves and the Fox's prayer knee pads and a Coyote's mask with the Amor's engine, and I've got a lefty, and then on this one I've got the crossbow. When, like I've said plenty of times, when you get to plate team, when you need a plate team needs crossbows and grenade launchers for the Razorback, and that's what is needed for the plate team. But yeah, this is the build, nice and easy to put assemble. On the talents, I've got perfect glass cannon on the chest plate, and I've got vigilance on the backpack. The perfect glass cannon comes from the sacrifice chest plate. That is the named Providence defense chest plate. But yeah, on the stats wise, I've got 60% crit chance and 163.5% on crit damage, and that is very good for the stats wise. That is very good. So the next build I'm going to show you is my Negotiator build. The reason why we use the Negotiator build, it's just because of the Boomer Room. If you've got multiple Negotiator builds in the Boomer Room, you can get the Boomer down quicker. I'll just show you why it's very useful. So here we are, guys. We're in the shooting range. I'm going to show you why it's very useful to use the Negotiators in the Boomer Room. I'll just do a quick example. So I'm going to shoot these targets over here. I'm going to get my mark on here first and then shoot some targets over here, and then you can see what's going to happen. You see that? I was doing damage to that target there whilst I was shooting over there. That's what happens with the Negotiators when you're in the Boomer Room. So, for instance, that is Boomer. This big target is Boomer. And then I'm on the ads over here. So I'm going to take care of some ads what has spawned out. And there you go. I did some damage to that target whilst doing some damage over there. So that's what is useful. That is why Negotiator is useful for the Boomer Room. Because you can get your mark on something else. And then you can shoot another target what's in front of you. And you're going to get damage dealt to other targets what has your mark. And that is why we use it. So there you go, nice and easy. So on the build, as you can see, I've got 4 pieces of Negotiators. I've got the Fenris chest plate with Obliterate, and I've got the Contractor's gloves. So the reason why we've got the 4 pieces of Negotiators, so 2 pieces gives you crit chance, 3 pieces gives you crit damage, 4 pieces you get the hostile negotiations. Critical hit marks enemies for 20 seconds up to 3 marks in total. When you critical hit a marked enemy, all other marked enemies take 60% of the damage dealt. Whenever you marked an enemy dies, gain 2% critical hit damage to stacking up to 20 times until the combat ends. So that's the reason why we use the Negotiators. On the stats wise, I've got 57% on crit chance and 181 on crit damage, and that is very nice. So that's the build, guys, for Negotiators. And I do also have a striker build for you guys. As you can see, I've got 4 pieces of strikers, 1 Coyote mask, and the Contractor's gloves as well. I've got my Satomos engine and the lefty as well. On the stats, I've got 48% on crit chance and 149 on crit damage. and that is perfectly fine. So there you go, guys. That is the build. And the last build I've got for you is going to be the drone build for the Razorback. As you can see, I've got the crossbow on, so I can use use it for the plate team. I've got 4 pieces of hardwired. Hardwire is going to be, you're going to get 4 pieces of that. 2 pieces gives you skill haste. 3 pieces gives you skill damage and repair skills. 4 pieces you get the feedback loop. Whenever you use or cancel a skill, your other skill cooldown is automatically reduced by 30 seconds while increasing total skill damage by 10% for 20 seconds. Feedback loop can occur once every 20 seconds. And I've got the BTSU gloves as well, just in case anyone goes down on the Razorback or during that phase in the Razorback, or throughout the encounter throughout that Razorback. I can always drop my hive on the floor and do an overcharge. And I've got the jammer pulse to use for the drones, and it's nice and easy. So you can see I've got the 4 pieces of the hardwire as well. Every piece has skill damage and a skill haste mod. And on my sacrifice, I have got a sacrifice what is yellow with skill tier, skill damage, skill haste, and a skill haste mod. And that is the build for the drones, guys. Nice and easy. I do use the capacitor and the lefty as well. But that is pretty much it. There's the builds, guys. So yeah, there's a build. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for being awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.